Shadua, didn't he play? Was he yesterday?
He played.
He showed him, didn't he?
Yeah, he played, I think, Friday. What's today? Sunday?
Today's Sunday.
He played Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That brother is good.
He
I knew he was going to be good.
But it's just so sad. I mean,
that
they wanted to just humble his father.
Yeah.
I'm like, this man been out of the game for 25 years he's been out of the game.
Well,
but that success.
That's what it is.
That success that he had, and the way he turned that program around in Colorado.
Right.
The way
Mississippi State.
Right. And not Mississippi State. It was.
He was at Mississippi State first.
Not Mississippi State.
No, Jackson State. Jackson State.
Right.
You're right. In Mississippi.
Right.
That was Walter Payton's old school, Jackson State.
And how he was able to take this fatherly energy and make those babies really want to work, and showed through the example of his child how to create a real, create a real champion, right?
Deion Sanders is extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
That brother, and the fact that a lot of people don't like him, because he's not, cowering or,
right.
He's a big personality. He's a big personality. That brother is fantastic.
He's fantastic.
And his son is fantastic.
And his son,
and they don't carry themselves small.
That's right. And that's what they expect on the plantation that is the NFL.
Right. And if you're not small, then they try to be small. Yeah, they try to make you small.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
By them colluding and drafting him in the 5th round when he should have been at the very least a 2nd round pick. He should have gone in the 1st round. But let's just say, for argument's sake, the 2nd round. The 5th round, now you're trying to send a message.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. And what happened was he sent a message, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then to not even prepare him. So he hadn't even done any practices with the first line team, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But what God has for me, you can't get in the way of.
Yeah.
What God has for me, God helps those that help themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not proselytizing. I'm talking about the way these boys live their life. So I'm going to help myself by being prepared.
Yeah.
I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to practice. I'm going to be positive. And I'm going to be prepared when the door opens for me. They open the door like, hey, here's the door open. Hurry up, get over there. But they don't know.
Your door. You dig?
You dig? Who are you looking for? Who are you happy to see this season? Who are you excited to see?
Well, the Bears, of course.
Of course.
And now with their new coach, Ben Johnson.
Now, who is this person?
He's a cat that was the assistant coach in Detroit. He was their offensive coordinator. And Detroit had the top 3 scoring team last year in the NFL. Okay. So this cat is supposed to be like an offensive genius, but they needed because last year they had Matt Eberflus, who was a defensive coach and didn't know how to develop his quarterback. And they have some have said he's a generational talent, talking about Caleb Williams. I don't know about that, but he's very, very good.
Who was the guy before Caleb?
They had Mitchell Trubisky. And the reason...
The QB.
The QB.
Right.
And the reason they had drafted Mitchell... No, but Justin Fields was before.
Justin Fields. Number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I watch football.
I know you do.
What I'm talking about.
I know you know what But the thing about Justin Fields was...
What happened to him?
He is now with the Jets. The New York
How did he
Jets.
get drafted?
He got... Well, he
Who did we draft him for? I mean, who did we trade him for?
I think they traded him for a box.
A bag of potato chips?
Yeah, and a bottle of pop. No, but they I don't know, they got like a 5th round pick or something for him. I think a 5th or 6th round pick. They traded him to Pittsburgh. But the thing about Justin Fields, which people loved him. His teammates in Chicago, the Bears, loved him. Good locker room guy, good leader. But here's the thing. He's a great athlete, but he was inconsistent with passing. Sometimes he couldn't make the proper read, or it took him too long. He would hold on to the ball too long, so he got sacked a lot. Or he'd wind up, he couldn't see his progression, so he'd have to run. And he was a great runner, but you can't always do that. So they didn't feel like he was developing as he should have as a passer and being able to read the offense and all his checkdowns and all those things. So that's they traded him to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, he went there because their starting quarterback, he was a backup quarterback to Russell Wilson, who had also got traded from Denver to Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson got hurt, so Justin Fields started, I think, the first 6 games. He was 4-2. But again, it was that whole inconsistency with passing. They benched him when Russell Wilson came back.
And wasn't he a little short to be in the pocket as well? I mean, wasn't he a little short to kind of...
Justin Fields?
Yeah.
No, he's like 6'1", 6'2". He can see.
I thought he was shorter.
No. He can see. It's just a matter of he wasn't making the proper reads, or it was just taking him too long to process.
I mean, the game has changed so much. I mean, you just need, as a quarterback, you just need so much more athleticism.
Exactly. You do.
You need so much more athleticism. You need to be prepared to come out of the pocket. And like you said, being able to read. Oops, sorry.
No, I heard that. I heard that.
Did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear it. No. Just got excited about
football. I guess I need a potato chip or something.
Nobody heard my girl. Say what you gonna say.
I used to play football, like flag football, when I was little, and it was just one of the most. It's so exhilarating. It's so fun. I mean, I would sit and watch little kids play outside. That's how much I love it.
They're going to make that an Olympic event, flag football.
Oh, really?
In the next Olympics, in LA, the 2028 Olympics, there's going to be flag football.
Oh, that's so cool. What is it about us in football? Now, weren't we supposed to boycott football? We were supposed to, because of Colin Kaepernick. I guess, football ain't like Target. We put Target in our rearview mirror, but we cannot leave in football alone.
Right. You know what I mean? I can boycott Target all day long, but football is important. Now, I was with the brothers. I was with Colin Kaepernick in spirit. But brother, this game about to come on, and I'm gonna get back to you, Colin.
But I really thought about that, right? Because but it is something that not necessarily that we're not rooting for the system, but for the brothers that are on that field. The brothers that are on that field every day making it happen, and it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for these brothers.
There you go. That's exactly
and at least that's the way I see it.
My girl, that's a great point. Me too.
I mean, I'm just saying, for real.
Right, exactly.
That's the way I see it. And
it's like this country.
Just because we're all the powers that be, this 1%, they see us all as chattel, as a means to an end. But that doesn't mean that's the way we have to see ourselves. Right. I think Kaepernick was very, what is the word I'm looking for? He was very noble in his endeavors, but also very naive, because he turned around trying to get back into this game that, he and of course they're not gonna let you back in.
No, he was
and that's unfortunate for him, but he stood up for what was right.
And I wonder, I don't know, I can't question this. No, I would not.
He used his platform to stand up for what was right.
Well, I was gonna say, I wasn't gonna indict him in any way, but in some ways, once he was out and he was, became a symbol, it almost wouldn't have even, to me, in my opinion, as far as a symbol, it wouldn't have even served him to start playing again. Because now you're mythic. Now you're bigger than the game.
You're bigger than the game.
If somehow you become a quarterback again, and what if you get out there and you suck? Then almost like all your cachet kind of goes away in a way.
But the thing is, you stepped out willing to risk it all.
Yeah.
Were you naive and not thinking that you thought they were just gonna let you say what you wanted to say and do what you wanted to do? You have to remember. But see, that's the thing. I think he is mixed, right? He has and so that's that white side that says, so I guess I'll just go back to work now. No, boo. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works for us.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know about if it was, I just think that was, like you said, if he might have just been naive. I don't know even with the white thing, but maybe. I don't know.
But I'm just saying, this idea that it's business as usual. You know, I was listening to this.
Well, let me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold that thought. I just want to say, you know who was one of the first athletes who had a prominent display of opposition, I would say, to the system and to how, and it was during the national anthem as Colin Kaepernick, they just took a knee. It was a cat named, his slave name, when it was Chris Jackson, but he converted to Islam. His name was Mahmoud Raouf. What's that cat's name? Maybe look that up, but if you don't mind, because you're more in depth than I am. But he played at LSU, and then he played professional basketball. And during the national anthem,
what was his first name? What was his slave name? You said again?
Chris Jackson, the former Chris Jackson. But during the national anthem, he would hold out his hands like, in a Muslim prayer.
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, American former basketball player.
Yeah, basketball.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That brother could play too. Yes, that's him.
That guy. Okay.
Yeah. And so he kind of got run out the league. I know another brother who took a stand
in the Chicago
Craig
Bulls.
Hodges. Craig Hodges. Also Muslim.
Also, and I met him as a matter of fact. Yeah. Marvelous guy. Yeah. Marvelous guy.
I didn't know him, but we encountered each other's. We were in each other's presence as kids. Mm-hmm. But you know him.
Yeah. Marvelous guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, but see, that's the thing, right? You feel this sense of, well, doesn't everybody see it? And doesn't everybody want it? And doesn't everybody want to help? And sometimes it's naivete, and sometimes it's fight the power, depending on. But you take your future in your hands when you try to buck this system.
Right.
And I think what these men, and they all stand up as men, which I love. I think what these men expect is for the other black men to coalesce around them and for them to create a movement and a power to make really structured change. Yeah. And what happens is everybody's story is not the same.
And yes, absolutely. And most change, societal change, doesn't happen with, I guess,
first guy.
Well, yeah, I would say mass movements don't usually begin with a mass number of people. It's a few people that spark an idea or revolution. Most people benefit from the actions of a few.
That's true.
Do you know?
That's true.
And in the same way, what you were saying earlier is that I don't think, maybe it was naive, when you, I don't put Barack in that category, but Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Colin Kaepernick to some extent, this is where you not go wrong, but when you try to make a moral appeal to folks who have no morality or who are not beholden by any morality, then that's where things go off the rails. It's like, I'm gonna do this thing, like you said, because this is the right thing to do, because shouldn't you treat people, they don't care about that.
I mean, you had to create a law for you to treat me properly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that tells you everything that you need to know.
Simple as that.
Right?
It's as simple as that.
And then also, when you say you don't want to say Barack, I think Barack is a fantastic example of just that, right? So, Barack never saw...
Now, you talking about naive. I thought to some degree he was naive.
Oh, extremely.
Yeah. Because he tried to make that moral appeal. Well, if I just treat you decently, then you will treat me the same in kind. If we regard your issues, then you will do the same in kind. And they don't give up.
And then also, I mean, we see him as black, but he's not black. He's African and white. Mm-hmm. Right?
Okay.
That's 1 through 10.
Mm-hmm. But
Michelle is black.
Yeah.
African American.
Yeah.
Right? And so this notion that he was going to interact with these people in Washington, he saw those men the same way he saw his grandfather. That's why he felt like he could. That's why he felt like he could find common ground with him. His mother's father.
Okay, gotcha.
Right?
Because his mother's
father raised him, so that's raised him.
Right. Because he was racist initially, right? His mother.
I don't know anything about that.
I think he was.
I don't know anything.
And I think because he said he eventually grew out of it because of Barack, but I think his mother's father, his grandfather initially was racist.
Well, I don't know if he was excited about his daughter having a baby out of wedlock with some African guy. Were they married? I don't recall.
I don't know.
But anyway, back to my initial point was that he saw these men as his grandfather.
Yeah.
And saw...
Because he didn't even call him his granddaddy at first. He was calling him his clan daddy. Nah.
You see what I have to deal with.
Clan daddy, where we going today? Well, I'm taking you to the woods, son. And only one of us is coming back. But listen.
Oh my gosh. Having this this concept that, you know, it'll work out, we can all find common ground. No, you can't. No, you can't. And it was his presidency that created this monster that we have now.
Yes.
And that created this vacuum for this monster to, you know, evolve in, right?
Yeah.
And because
the ground was already rife and fertile for that. Because Donald Trump didn't invent racism or all these racists and bigots who would support him. But then he was the one that kind of galvanized it, you know. Because, like you said, because when Barack became president and roasted him at the presidential what do you call that dinner? The press club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and humiliated him. And that's when he said, "Oh, I'm gonna get this mother."
Well, see, the thing is that how do I say this? The notion that you can sit in a space and not feel any type of oh shoot, I just lost my thought.
Who's sitting in a space?
We're talking about Barack.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Trump.
Mm-hmm.
How Barack was the catalyst for us having Trump as president right now.
Yeah.
And I say that because, damn it, why do I say that? I don't know why.
Oh, because hunkies ain't shit.
Oh my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the next Napsolute Truth, join us as we dissect why hunkies ain't shit.
Join us as we dissect menopause and brain fog. Join us as we
join us as we.
What was I saying?
Yeah. Join us on the next episode of What Was I Talking About? With Tammy X and Dwayne Kennedy. As we dissect what we was talking about.
Oh,
try to remember what we was talking about.
And it was good too.
Yeah.
I was about to really pontificate on some shit.
Join us on the next episode.
It sounded really pointed.
I know, right? It was like right there, man. Shit. I mean, I was about to bring it full circle too.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can get it. Because it had to do with Barack being the catalyst for Trump's existence. Because I got it. Imagine being told, what did Lyndon B. Johnson tell him? You know, if you can make the lowest white man believe that he's above the lowest black man,
or any black man,
right, then you can pick his pockets. Matter of fact, he'll empty his pockets for you. Right?
Yes.
This premise that the 1% has always known about, you know, the poor and impoverished and uneducated, you know, white white constituency, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, growing up in the South, my grandfather, who worked so hard, he and his brethren that he worked with, these were poor whites and poor blacks that worked together, and they would share food and they would share things, and they had this
class commonality.
They had this not only class commonality, but this nurturing of each other, and they saw each other, you know, they connected with each other, they supported each other, right? And so when you live in those spaces, when you live in these spaces where you see what the other has, and you get to know Joe across the road, so you know his humanity. right? Most of the people that are really hardcore racists are just never really around black
it's
folks.
It's just ignorance.
Right? It's just ignorance, right?
Right?
And so I said all that to say this, that there is this notion that I'm better than the average black guy.
Right. Just so by virtue of being a white person.
Just by virtue of my whiteness.
Yeah.
So imagine, here is this fatherless black man with a strange name. And he gets to be president of the United States. Wait a minute. Right. You told me I was better. Right. You told me I was in front of these people. Right. I mean,
and would have access.
Yeah. And I honestly think that it was a crisis. Absolutely. I think that it caused a crisis of character, an existential crisis for an enormous swath of the white community. Yeah. And that's what manifested Trump. Yeah. It could have been Trump, it could have been Dump, it could have been anybody.
Yeah, it could have been Humpty Hump.
It could
You know what I mean?
It really could
might have been better if it was Humpty Hump.
It really could have been anybody, but as long as somebody was talking about nationalistic white views, they would have been elevated. Right. Because at that moment, this portion of the white community that feels this way, which isn't all. That's not what I'm saying.
But it's a lot.
Oh, it's definitely a lot. It's over 70 million. So let's not get it twisted, you know. But they needed that to heal them, to heal to make them feel, to make them not feel less than. And so, I mean, it's really been fascinating to watch. Yeah. And the thing that I find most fascinating is, why you still mad? You won.
Because
you got Trump, and you still walk around with an attitude.
Because that was never the issue. The issue is an unrequittable emptiness and lack of value within yourself that nothing can fulfill.
Nothing can fill
so
that hole.
That's not you. You want to blame these external things. Oh, it's him. It's your fault. It's that. But that's not it. That's why they're still mad. Because that emptiness is still there.
The emptiness is still there. I mean, and even when you say, let's get rid of the immigrants because I lost my job at the what do you call it?
7-Eleven.
No, at the big company. What's it called? The mill or whatever, the steel mill or whatever it is. And I'm like, no immigrant ever took your job to China. No immigrant ever took your job to Mexico. Right. I'm like, you keep turning your back on the people that are making your life harder. Right. This man who came here looking for a better life, this woman that came here looking for a better life, they didn't do anything to you. Right. The person that did something to you is the man that owns the company. Right. Is the man that owns the company that owns the company that owns the company. Right. But because he looks like you, it's this Horatio Alger thing. But one day I might be rich. Okay, double wide, maybe, but I don't think so. Yeah, right. But selling you on the dream and the hope of because you look like me, you're gonna have the same opportunity as me. And keeping your mind, like you said, the fact that it's if people would realize it's not a race thing in a sense, it's a class thing. It's not a race thing. If the classes united, then they would have the power. And they know it. And those in power know that. And that's why they use these abortion and all these white issues. Immigrants and black lives. Exactly. I mean, as a matter of fact, Ro, if we can, if we could put a link to this great SNL sketch with Tom Hanks. It's called Black Jeopardy. It is the most poignant, powerful example of what I'm talking about. Throughout the game, they talk about these things that they share. What are their interests? What they like to eat? What's attractive to them? What's all this other stuff? And then out of the blue, it's this, race thing comes up, and it's like, well, wait a minute. So I wish people would really stop and see how they're being manipulated. But unfortunately, that comes down to education. They take away their education. They want to use them for cannon fodder.
Yeah.
They want to send them off to war to fight their proxy wars, and and I mean, our babies, all of us that are struggling, our children are the ones that are going to pay for these wars and these conflicts around the world.
But what was I telling you some weeks ago? Remember that was the rumor, and people, I'm not saying people weren't talking about it, but now it's reached fever pitch. Remember that thing about that rumor that Donald Trump had raped this like 13-year-old girl, and now that's become prominent, or just the fact that Donald Trump has been having, he raped because he had sex with underage girls. Because that's the thing with Epstein. Him and Epstein have been friends for over 20 years. So what I'm saying is that now that this has reached a crescendo, and now people want Trump to do what he said he was going to do
with the Epstein files.
Yeah.
So he can't get away from it. And so that's the thing. It will, but see, we'll see. Yeah. He said, what is too much for them? What will they accept? So far, they've been able to accept a lot. Yeah. They've been able to accept him pissing on veterans. Yeah. I was shocked by that. I was really shocked. He called veterans suckers.
Yeah, suckers and losers.
He called veterans suckers and losers. Your fathers, your brothers, your sons that died and gave their blood. He called them suckers and losers. And don't forget, you voted for him.
And he did that with law enforcement.
It took the side. He took the side of the January 6th abusers against law enforcement,
and you voted for him. Yeah,
he took the side. And so now I don't know. Is him being a child molester okay too? I guess we'll see.
We're gonna see.
I guess we'll see. Does whiteness trump child molestation?
I don't think
I guess
so,
we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. So,
I mean, I'm never surprised. I mean, after Sandy Hook, you're right. When you don't care about your babies, that I don't need to know anything else about you. Right. If you want your gun more than you want your little second grade granddaughter to live, then I don't need to know anything else about you.
Well, because I always go back to this, because guns, particularly for white folks in this country, is the lifeblood. They look at guns as the wall between them and karma.
Them and karma. Because really, ain't nobody thinking about them.
No.
We're not building a town in Arkansas, although we should. I'm like, we're going to build a town in Arkansas, and there's no blacks, and there's no Jews, and there's no gays.
But the thing is,
and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, did you hear we're building a town in Arkansas? Okay, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
No,
you can have all of Arkansas. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you hunkies can have each other. Cause what do you think of that? Hanging out with y'all ain't no picnic.
Oh my God.
No. You hold out like it's a pride. Guess what? You ain't gonna let you live with us or near us. Good. But the thing is, when we did have our own towns, they came and burned them to the ground. Yeah. Or they rolled a highway over them. Yeah. Or they put a Central Park over it. Yeah. So there you go. So the things they profess to want and do and want for you to do, that's all bullshit.
It's the everlasting world of gaslighting.
Yeah, that's a good one. Everlasting world of gaslighting. It'd be a TV show. We'll be back after this.
It's like I'm living my life.
Yeah.
I'm living my life.
Man. Hey you all, so that was me and Tammy X on the Napsolute Truth. Don't forget to watch us on YouTube. Like and subscribe, because that's the most important thing. Like and subscribe, and you can see us on YouTube. You can get us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, church, the mosque, the temple. I don't know where you go, that's. I'm Dwayne Kennedy.
I'm Tammy X, and can you kick it? Yes, you can. This is the Napsolute Truth. We'll see you soon.